Our calendar focuses on one brown Swiss cow and a herd of 400 mixed brown Swiss and Jersey cows in a year-round breeding system, taking under consideration gestation, lactation, and the supply of premium milk to the domestic market.
In the Atherton Tableland region, rainfall is consistent throughout the entire year, suitable for a pasture-based all-year-round calving management system, as fertility rates are not significantly impacted. In the lead-up to the wet season, a grazing rotation of approximately 14 to 17 days from November onwards is recommended. February is the peak rain month with the highest pasture growth rate. However, the humidity is not an ideal time for cows, and tropical pasture has a high fiber content, which fills the stomach up with limited nutrients. For a year-round management system, pasture can be supplemented post-weaning, and ryegrass can be oversown annually during the winter. Throughout the year, monitoring the movement of people, feed, bedding, vehicles, equipment, and chemicals is important to reduce the risk of disease, pests, and weeds. Daily inspection of dairy herd, pastures, fencing, water sources, and the management of feral animals detects disease outbreak early, resulting in faster eradication. Thus, mitigating risk and increasing productivity forms part of the basis of our management calendar.
In our calendar, bull testing starts on the 1st of August. All bulls are semen tested at least 2 months before they're about to be bred to ensure that those with low sperm counts can be replaced. This makes the ideal time to perform these tests in early August, during a major part of the bull sale season. Semen morphology tests are done to look for abnormalities within the structure of the sperm. A minimum of 70% normal sperm in a sample is expected to ensure that fertilization of the egg is optimized. Also, all bulls should be rotated and replaced to introduce new genetics to the herd. And lastly, in a year-round calving system, continuous calving is a management strategy where bulls are left in the herd year-round, and calving is expected continuously throughout the year to suit the constant demand for dairy products. Bulls are simply rotated out according to annual semen testing, injury, or other performance-related concerns.
Pregnancy testing will occur twice a year, in the middle of July and end of November. We have decided to conduct pregnancy testing twice a year so that resources can be conserved and production costs can be cut. Furthermore, each attempt at pregnancy testing a cow increases the chances of a miscarriage. Manual palpation is the preferred method as it is cheaper as opposed to calling a vet out for an ultrasound. Furthermore, occurs a lot faster for the cows, which is important when dealing with a cow herd of about 400 heads. Cows are tested initially in the middle of July, and any cows that are pregnant are brought in and then tagged. At the end of November, any untagged cows are brought in for the second pregnancy test, and any that come up are not pregnant at that time are then culled by being sent to an abattoir or feedlot. Culling can occur for several reasons, which can include reproductive failures, old age, poor milk yield, disease, and heat stress. Effective calving and weaning management starts with preparing cows in ideal body condition and moving them to clean, shaded calving areas. At birth, hygiene, timely colostrum intake, and accurate record keeping are essential components of the production system. Newborn calves should be housed in clean pens, separated early to prevent disease, commonly within 24 hours, and offered high-protein starter from day 3. Weaning off milk begins around 8 to 10 weeks once the calves are eating 1 to 2 kilograms of solid feed daily. A gradual milk reduction helps to minimize the stress on calves during the final weaning. Puppy calves must be fed, handled humanely, and ideally integrated into beef or veal systems. Cows begin lactating as soon as they calve. When lactating, cows are typically milked twice per day to ensure they keep a high, consistent yield. Brown Swiss can produce up to 10,000 liters per year. Their milk has a high fat and protein content, making them an ideal breed for year-round production of milk and dairy products. Cows will lactate for 9 to 10 months, and then they enter a dry-off period for 2 to 3 months to improve their body condition before they calve.
In a year-round calving system, managing new calves properly is key to herd health and performance. As soon as a calf is pulled off its mother, an ear tag will be given for identification and to track health and weight records. Cows receive their 7-in-1 vaccine at preg testing to protect against major clostridial diseases and leptospirosis. Calves are given a 5-in-1 vaccine when they're branded. Drenching is used to control parasites and can be done as a pour-on, oral dose, or injection. Drenching is done to help manage the internal and external parasites and is generally done between 4 and 7 months of age, ensuring the protection of the calves. Dehorning is done early, ideally between 2 to 6 weeks of age, before the horn attaches to the skull. This makes the procedure easier and less painful. Since we calve all year, dehorning happens whenever new calves are born. Branding takes place when there's a big enough group, usually around 2 to 4 months of age, helping with property ID and traceability. With all that being said, the events of our calendar were chosen at specific times to maximise profit, productivity, and minimise welfare risks for a brown Swiss breed in the Atherton tablelands.